Hello, hello everyone, and welcome back to your favorite, or at least should be your favorite fashionista show, Israel in Style. Now, I did promise that we're gonna change things up, and I always keep my promise. But this wouldn't be Israel in Style without starting off with some fashion, right? Take a look at my visit to the jaw-dropping exhibit of one of the most influential and iconic women in the Israeli fashion industry and beyond. Check it out. We're here right now at the Design Museum Holon to check out their latest exhibition, Je t'aime, Ronit Elkabetz. Ronit was a prominent figure in both Israeli and French culture and fashion. This was actually the first dress that she designed in 1982. She started off as a model, she went on to be an actress, then a filmmaker, and then just generally a huge icon here in Israel and in France. So we're gonna go check out her exhibition and see her amazing fashion archives.
Many people, including artists, designers, and writers, drew inspiration from Ronit Elkabetz's image and creativity. But she was so much more than a muse. She symbolized strength, intelligence, class, and of course, power.
She was a kind of muse more than anything else. Maybe more than a muse. She had a lot of power and she had a lot of influence on women. She was very feminist. She was really for Middle Eastern women, thinking about their part in society. And most of all, she was for the people that didn't have a voice. She was a voice for those that didn't have a voice. So I think all those things make her very important in our culture.
Her rare collection of timeless fashion pieces gave this exhibition an opportunity to showcase design as a tool of expression and identity.
Here in Israel, and I don't know, maybe all over the world, we don't have that awareness of having an archive, a very good archive. And she had that awareness. And what we found out when we started working on the exhibition is that she folded every dress she had and put it in the closet very neatly folded with a note saying exactly where it was and what year and who made it. Like she had a vision that one day there is going to be an exhibition about her work or about her clothes. And in that matter, she did most of the work for us even before she died.
So the first thing you see when you walk into this beautiful exhibit is this gorgeous yellow dress put in a ginormous box. You know, you can't touch this thing. Okay, so why is it so important for the exhibit and what did it mean to Ronit?
Well, that's the original dress Ronit Elkabetz wore for Fashion Week in Israel. It was designed by Alber Elbaz that had a very special relationship with Ronit. There are only 2 dresses like that in the world, and we think that's the original one that she wore. This is her actual closet that we brought from Paris. Actually, everything you see in the exhibition is from her closet and her furniture and her jewelry and shoes and everything.
Other than her obvious resume of talent and artistic ability, Ronit wasn't all work.
When you look at this scene, you see a lot of humor because few people know that Ronit Elkabetz had a lot of humor, and that's one of the things we wanted to express in the exhibition, that it's not a sad one, even though the topic is sad, and to express her that part of her personality.
Speaking of humor, there's no better medicine in life than laughter, right? And who better to laugh at you than you? Which is exactly what Ronit Elkabetz knew how to do when necessary.
Behind us is the wedding dress that she wore for her wedding, but the story that everybody knows and we show here in the exhibition is that she wore the skirt for the Ophir Awards later on, and the skirt was torn when she went on stage, and she almost wasn't embarrassed by it. She was laughing and she was so natural holding it with her hands.
So let's continue around the exhibit.
This section has the unfinished dresses that she was working on before she died, and she collaborated with different designers, and we went to those designers and asked them to really finish those dresses that they wanted to sew for her, to design for her. So we have here Vivi Balaish dresses, and we have here Yaniv Percy and Betty Eldad, and they finished especially those dresses for the exhibition.
So thank you so much for showing us around. For anybody coming to visit Israel, this exhibit is open until the end of April, so you guys pretty much don't have an excuse not to come and check this out. And thank you.
Thank you, and everybody's welcome.
Come check it out. Now on to a topic I'm extremely passionate about, food. And more than that, pictures of food. I always say I'm not a huge fan of cooking shows because why watch food being made when you can't eat it afterwards, right? Well, this next food blogger changed that for me and showed me that food blogs should be looked at as inspiration for getting off your butt and cooking it yourself. Of course, mine never actually ends up looking like hers, but that's besides the point. Here with us is Jenna Lubelski of My Foodie Mood blog. Hi, love.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, and you?
I'm great. All right, so your Foodie Mood blog has been starting for how long? How long have you had it going for?
It's really new. Like, I started with my Instagram account something like a year ago.
Okay.
And with my blog, when I came back from my trip, so something like 3 weeks ago.
So that's when you've really
new.
kind of like, you know, put everything into it. But you've been cooking for a while now, no?
Yeah. I started cooking, like, honestly, back home, I wouldn't cook at all. My mom was doing everything.
She was the one in the
Exactly.
kitchen making the breakfast, lunch, and dinners.
Everything.
Okay, and you were watching her?
Not even. I don't know.
Okay.
Like, I still love to eat, but I mean, I was never cooking or never show any interest in cooking. But when I moved here like 5 years ago, I had no choice, and I just started to cook, and I just realized I love to cook.
Yeah.
And I love to cook a lot, and I love to try new stuff.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So that's how it got started, just from a passion for food. Was there like a dish that you were like, wait, I have to learn how to make this, and like that's where it came from? Yeah?
A lot.
Is there a favorite dish of yours?
I don't know. I like everything what's sweet.
Okay, so you really like sweets.
Yeah.
Are you a baker? Do you bake a lot or do you cook a lot?
No, I wish.
You wish, right?
Yeah.
I feel like it's so much harder because it's so
Yeah,
much more
exactly.
precise. You have to have like, you know, the right cup of flour and everything. And like
Yeah.
with cooking, you just do what
You need-
tastes
right.
right. So I'm looking behind us at all of these pictures, not behind me, behind you. And it's the way that you present the food. Did you like learn how to take pictures of food? Because that's like a trend now, taking pictures.
It is, and there are like a lot of cooking, like food photography classes or cooking classes like together. I didn't take any class. I recently bought a new camera where like I'm a little bit playing around with it. I'm trying my best. I still have a lot to learn. But no, I didn't take any class for the moment.
Right. So you don't take the pictures on your iPhone, or you do? You take them on your camera and your iPhone?
I used to take only with my iPhone. Now, like before I flew like to my amazing trip,
Yeah.
I bought a camera and it changed my life. Honestly,
Okay.
like now I'm trying just to carry my camera everywhere with me because of course we see a big difference between like pictures taken from an iPhone or a camera.
Right.
But
Okay.
of course I still do with my iPhone. Like if I go to eat somewhere and I just want to have this on a picture, I will take my iPhone.
Probably all your friends like are so annoyed. You're like, nobody eat yet. Like we
They
have to take
can't.
pictures. Has to be a picture of each dish separate, one
Yeah.
together. So speaking of your amazing trip, where did you go? What kind of, you know, food did you discover when you were there?
So I had an amazing trip. We flew for 6 weeks. We went to Vietnam, Cambodia, Bali, and Singapore.
Wow.
Yeah. And so we tried like so many different cuisines, like mostly Asian cuisine. So we also
Right.
took a few cooking classes. When I'm
Okay.
saying we, it's my boyfriend and
Yeah,
I.
it's like me and her.
Yeah, my boyfriend and I, even though like I was the one like taking the cooking classes. But
Right.
anyway, yeah, we took some cooking classes.
So you were learning from them, like you went onto like kind of tour type things, and they taught you how to make certain dishes from like
Yeah.
their culture.
Exactly. For me, it has always been a must. Like from like, I don't know, already a few years ago, I used to travel like to different Asian countries. And for me, it has always been a must, like to take a cooking class in every Asian country that I'm traveling.
Right.
So I took like Vietnamese cooking classes, Thai cooking classes.
Pad Thai.
Yeah.
Pad Thai is the only thing that I actually like of Thai food. But another thing, so did you come out with like a favorite dish, like a favorite Asian dish, or are you still sticking with like sweets?
I'm sticking with sweets, but if you're talking about cooking, I'm not so good at it.
No?
So I prefer to prepare some dishes like for dinner or
Okay.
just like for lunch, but something like warm. I wish like I could bake and maybe one day, but there is not one dish. I mean, like I like to prepare a lot and I like to change. I like to try different stuff. I do it also with the help of my mom.
Okay.
Like she knows that around dinner time she will get a call from me asking
Hey,
her.
by the way,
Yeah.
how do you make this and this
Exactly.
and what goes well with this? I still
Totally,
do
like
that.
me too.
Yeah.
I'm in the store and I'm like, which pasta should I buy? She helps
do
me
you
with
stick to
everything.
like a you know, like the health trends? You know how people are eating gluten-free and stuff like that. Are you doing that?
No.
No. She's like, no, I eat as many carbs
I
as I
love
can.
food. Like I can't remove gluten. I can't remove sugar. I can't remove anything of my life.
She's just enjoying the food.
Yeah.
So what about your blog specifically? What kind of content can we be seeing? Do you share the recipes? Do you have just the pictures? Like what's it like?
So for the moment, I'm talking a lot about my trip, about my travel experience, some travel tips, and also like many different food experience I had like in these different countries.
Right.
I also created like a new section on the blog like called recipes, where I'm sharing like every few days new recipes.
Okay.
And I'm working on new surprises that
New surprises that you guys have to tune in to
Stay tuned.
see. Okay. Well, what about, where do you see the blog going? Do you end up hoping, I mean, I follow you on Instagram. This is no secret. I follow her on Instagram. I'm a very big supporter. So I always see you making dinners, and you were starting out making like granola cookings that you were actually selling. Do you see yourself, you know, opening up a shop, opening up a restaurant? Where do you see the blog going?
I really hope so. Like I started, like it's really only the beginning. So I just started like 3 weeks or a month ago. I started as a hobby, but I really hope like to grow one day and to do something and like to invest myself totally like only in this blog. I personally got influenced by many different bloggers like all over the world, and they were my motivation to actually start one on my own. So yeah, I hope one day to influence like the right people in a positive way.
All
Definitely.
right. Well, this is the last question, and it's kind of one of the important ones. What do you think about Israeli cuisine? You live here in Israel, but you're from Europe, so how do you connect to the Israeli cuisine? Not so much? Wow.
If I should be honest,
Yes, you
not so
should be.
much. I'm originally from Europe, so I think it's totally different.
Yeah.
I mean, here they love to put a lot of spices, garlic, onion. This is nothing for me.
Yeah.
I still eat it because like they have in Israel you can find everything, like so many different restaurants, like food. So I still find what to eat and a lot. And
There's places to eat here, and there's definitely places to discover, and you're going to keep walking around and showing us the pictures of restaurants that you're going to see. So thank you so much for being here with us. All right, and anyone else who fell in love with Jenna as much as I did, go check out her food blog, myfoodiemood.com, and her Instagram page as well for the most mouth-watering food pics you've ever seen. All right, so once again, we have with us in the studio the stunning Karen Orr, the fashion blogger who started Street Chic Tel Aviv blog. How are you, love?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm so glad that you're back on the show. The last time we spoke, we were talking about winter trends, winter accessories. We ended off on winter accessories. We talked about hats, scarves, you know, boots. You mentioned watches. So what about now? What are your favorite accessories?
Accessories for winter. Wow. Well, I mean, a good scarf.
Okay.
I feel like it's definitely a must. It keeps you warm, like a nice chunky scarf. Jewelry, I'm really into lots of rings, bracelets, watches.
All right.
Actually, this watch here and this bracelet's from an Israeli designer called Shania Kobi, which I love. I have a lot of
I love
stuff
it. This
from
is
her.
beautiful. Oh, and it's custom. It's okay. That's cute.
Yeah, it's custom. You can actually order it from her website, and it's custom. And then this watch is from Danish Design, which they have in Israel.
Yeah, and I love the color. It's really dark, you know, dark gray, charcoal kind of.
Yeah,
really
and it kind of goes with everything because it has a rose gold. I feel like a rose gold finish is good because you can either wear it with silver or with gold.
Okay, that's nice, some nice advice. So the last thing we also talked about was hats.
Yes.
And we were mentioning all different types of hats, and I told you that I don't really wear hats because of hat hair, and you just can't get over it. You have to make the commitment to make it like a full day of hats. So you brought with you a few hats here to the studio. Why don't you show us, tell us what kind of hats you're into?
A little show and tell.
Yeah, a little show and tell for our viewers. So
I did bring some hats. They're actually all black.
Of course.
They don't have to be black, but I just wanted them to be like the same color, you know, matching. So.
Okay.
So this is actually a beret.
Okay.
And
when was the last time we saw a beret?
My grandma wears.
When was the last time we saw a beret? Okay,
Listen,
so they're back.
Everything comes back into style, you know.
It's
So yeah, this is a beret, and the way you wear it is you just kind of like slip it over your head like this. and then you can kind of tilt it to the side a little.
I swear you make it look easier than it actually is, though.
It's really easy, actually, yeah.
When I put a beret on, it just like covers the 2x2 ears. Like, it doesn't work for me.
No, I mean, it's supposed to cover your ears a little bit because it's supposed to keep you warm, you know, in the winter.
I mean, there's a reason that we wear hats other than fashion, right?
Yeah.
But this is cute. This makes it look a little like French, European kind of look.
Definitely. I've been seeing these a lot lately. I think they're definitely coming back into style. It's like the retro, you know, 70s, 60s coming back.
It's cute with the short hair, though, too.
Yeah.
You know, it kind of fits.
Yeah.
Okay, what's next?
So next, here now I have hair.
I doubt that. I'll help you out.
Next is this Baker Boy hat.
Which we talked about last time.
And you didn't know what it was?
Because I've never heard of it before, but now that I see it, it's really cute.
Yeah. So it's definitely like also more retro. I think they used to wear these a lot in the 80s.
Okay.
And it's definitely cute like day to day or even at night. Just gives your outfit that extra bit of edge.
Right, just a little something, some accessory, some pop to the rest of the outfit.
Exactly,
So
kind
it's
of
not
spice
like plain.
up a dull outfit.
Right, okay. Okay, so what do we have next?
And then next we just have the regulars, you know, a beanie for winter.
My favorite.
Yeah.
I can't rock a beanie for sure, no matter how many people tell me that I can. I can't. You definitely can, but what would you wear this with?
So beanies I think are definitely more casual. You wear them kind of like every day, you know, with a coat.
Okay.
When it's really cold, it looks good if you're wearing it with like a jacket. And yeah, beanies are just kind of like a must-have in the winter, I feel like. Yeah.
I mean, not technically in Israel, but like everywhere else in the world.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. And then
fine, fair enough.
My hat here, I'm trying to cover it up. Last, we have this.
This is my favorite. I think a baseball cap kind of goes with everything. I think, especially here in Israel, I see a lot of girls going to like, and I'm not even just saying this, clubs with baseball hats, because it's just part of the outfit. It makes you look cuter, you know, a little bit more sporty, edgy.
Definitely, and I think that Instagram has a lot to do with that. I feel like a lot of girls have been wearing baseball hats on Instagram, like in the past few years.
Definitely.
Really been like bringing it back.
Okay, so you have your hats on. This is really cute. We have a short game to play with you.
Okay.
What hat goes with what event?
Okay, I'm gonna take this off.
Okay. What hat goes with what event, right? So we have here, you have the baseball cap, we have the beanie, we have the Baker hat, and we have the beret.
Right.
So.
Oh my gosh, you're gonna put me on the spot.
I'm gonna put you on the spot 100%. Okay, so what hat goes, like if you're going to brunch or like a lunch date with like friends, what would you wear?
Ooh, a lunch date. I feel like day to day, I would say a baseball cap.
Okay.
Is more casual.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. Well, what about a girls' night? You're going with the girls, trying to meet some boys, or you're at the bar. What would you
I
wear?
feel like the Baker Boy hat
Really?
would be good for the nighttime. Yeah, it's
Okay.
definitely a little more chic, a little more, you know, sexy.
And what about the beret? Could you wear that there?
Definitely. But I feel like a beret is more chic. It's more like stylish, so I would
Yeah.
wear that to like a fashion event.
Well, that was the next question.
Yeah.
What would you wear to a fashion event?
So a beret would be
So the beret would be the choice. And what about like a concert?
a concert. Well, yeah, a beanie or a baseball cap.
I feel like it's more casual. All right, well, thank you so much for being with us. I can't wait to talk about more trends next time that we see you. And everybody, make sure to follow along Kara Noor's amazing fashion journey on her blog, Street Chic Tel Aviv, on her YouTube page, and on her Instagram. Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me again.
All right, so once again, we have with us in the studio the amazingly talented Gil Levinger, but this time not for a do-it-yourself lesson. She is here to blow our minds with the hottest fashion up in the game called Zeek It. Hi, love, how are you?
Hello, hello. Happy to be back.
I'm so happy that you're here.
Yeah.
So last time you were here, you taught us how to do a do-it-yourself iPhone case, but this time we're going to be a little boss girl and talk about our work. So why don't you tell me about the Zeek It app and what it is?
So we all have our passions and we all have our job. So my job happens to be part of my passions. So Zeek It is a virtual dressing room through an app. Yes. Our app actually allows you to take a picture of yourself in tank top and shorts.
Okay.
And then through that, it goes through our system in which algorithmic dots are placed exactly on your body.
Wow.
I know, insane, insane. And with those dots, it actually recognizes where your hips are, your bust, your waist, everything. And through that, it's actually able to put clothing on you. Now, you might be asking, where does this clothing come from?
Right.
So we're actually an Israeli-based app. Our research and development office is here in Israel, and we actually have an office in New York as well.
Oh.
Yes, which deals with all the fashion. And so our lovely, lovely coworkers in New York choose all the styles from our partner websites, which are ShopStyle, Yoox, and Amazon.
Oh, wow, Amazon. That's huge.
Yeah, yeah.
So you guys get the clothes from them that you guys put on your site?
Yeah, so as you can see the clothes right behind you, you're actually looking at our search engine. ShopStyle and Yoox are very high-level retailers, so that's where we have all the Gucci, Louis, Prada, Chanel's on the app.
Right.
And then Amazon, you know, it's like everything.
Yeah.
Amazon really has everything on it, and so that's things that you can find in our app.
Okay.
Now, yeah. So
basically, you know, we talked about this the last time we saw each other about the app. It's kind of like a Clueless dream come true, no? Where she walks into her closet and she's like, I want that today with that jacket and that shoe. So basically, you take a picture of yourself and you kind of you're changing online shopping.
Yeah, the online shopping game is forever changing because first of all now, as you can see in the background, that's actually the mix and match feature, which allows you to take t-shirts or any tops, any bottoms from all our retailers, and like I said before, our stylists in New York sit and curate collections which appear on our newsfeed.
Wow.
Yeah, there's actually collection cards which feature these really cool interactive videos. They each have a theme to them, and then the mix and match really, for the kind of space that you're using up, you could have, you know, for 10 tops and 10 bottoms, that's 100 outfits that you get to see right there.
It's a lot of outfits that you get to just
kind
of pick what would go together, and you kind of see it on yourself as you see in the back. Like that's what you would look like in the clothes, so you know, like, oh, these jeans are a little longer, they're cuter with this shirt. All right, so you mentioned earlier an ambassador program. What is that? How can you be part of it, and how do you choose the ambassadors?
So we are starting an ambassador program both here in Israel and in the States. They're both a little bit different. Here in Israel, it's a very hands-on internship program which aims to show girls, you know, a little taste of the fashion tech world as its opportunities in marketing and business, PR, actually doing app work. Yeah, social media completely within the marketing. I just found that I studied here in Israel at IDC with you. That's how we know each other.
Yes.
And I found that like during my time at IDC, there was really no internship opportunities for internationals, especially in the field of fashion. So it feels really good to be able to, you know, come back and like offer this internship.
Kind of take the fashion world in your own hands and you know, you did your market research by being here in Israel and not having the internship opportunity to do in fashion. So you kind of just took that into your own hands and made an entire ambassador program for your company.
Yeah, completely. So here in Israel, we're actually just launching it now. It's going to be going by semesters. We're starting it at IDC since that's home and love.
Yes.
And besides that, in New York, our office is running the United States version of the ambassador program. We actually call it the ZKit Collective.
ZKit Collective.
The ZKit Collective, yes. And you can actually find more information about it on www.zkitapp.com.
There you go. Yeah, throwing out the name. We'll have it underneath also. All right, so you have the program going on here and in the States. The app looks amazing. I'm sure it's only going to get better. You know, it's changing online shopping forever. Completely. You don't have to go to the store to try anything on. So thank you so much, Gil, for being here, talking to us about ZKit. And everybody, make sure to check out ZKit. Thank you to our viewers. Unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today's episode of Israel in Style. Make sure to check us out on iltv.tv/Israel in Style. Tune in every week for a new episode. See you next week.